Welcome to Auction version 4, the latest event management software tool from Auction Systems. In this video in the Reports series, I will show you how to navigate the Reports screens. To get to Reports, on the main Home task ribbon, click Reports. These are the main report types, and nearly all have more than one report area within the specific report type. The only exception is cash and in-kind reports, which has just one report area. In Names Reports, you have two report areas, Household and Companies or Individuals and Participants. Household and Company reports will tell you something about the main household record or the company record, such as the address or names associated with the household or company, if the household purchases anything like tickets or items, if the household or company donated anything. Individual participant reports are associated with attendance at your event, like which individuals are marked as attending, who has sent in regrets, what group is each individual part of, what entree did each individual request, what table is each individual sitting at. Item reports also have two main report areas, Details and Event Usage. Details reports are the most common reports and will tell you things about the items, such as the item type, the event sales, item categories, etc. Many organizations have little need for event usage reports, but if you do need them, they'll tell you things like whether the bid sheet should be printed, what items are marked to be featured in the catalog, what items are marked to be excluded from the catalog, etc. Event management reports have 7 report areas, which are pretty self-explanatory. Groups, who's part of a group? Tables, who's sitting at a table, or how many people are at a table, or even which tables still have some room for additional guests. Entrees, who requested the chicken or the beef. Entry assignments, who's using the entries, or who doesn't have an entry yet. Ticket levels, who purchased a gold sponsorship. Entry types, most events have only one entry type, but if you have more than one entry, you can report on those entry types here. And check-in guests. This last button is put here because many people look at event management to find a check-in report. But clicking on this button will actually tell you that to find the report you're looking for, go to Names and look in the individual participant area. There are 3 report areas in Purchases and Payments: Item Purchases, Ticket Purchases, and Payments. In the Event Results type, there are Revenue and Expenses, Results, Reconciliation Reports, Sales Tax Reports, and Expense Reports. Exceptions reports tell you something about your data, and it's a good place to go to look for things that may have not been entered yet. In Names Exceptions, you can look for who may not have a bid number or who may owe for their purchases. Items Exceptions is a place to look for items marked as not received, or items that are not for sale, or what items need a gift certificate printed, etc. Purchases and Payment Exceptions is where to find reports of voided item or ticket purchases and voided payments. Participation Exceptions will give you reports on who doesn't have an entry, or a table, or a meal selection. Cash and in-kind exceptions will tell you which cash and in-kind donations have not yet been received. Once you pick the general type of report you're looking for, you will see some more specific types of reports on the left. Select one of these specific report types and some typical report formats will show up below. Some report types have more typical report formats than others. Look at this list below and choose a starting point. Any of these canned formats can be modified to suit your specific needs. Once you select a typical format, you will see this screen, which has a preview of the details of what the report includes. This is not a preview of the entire report. It is simply a preview of what the report would show for a single record. This preview is handy for deciding if this is the correct report you're looking for. If there is no preview of a selected record, look at the grid on the right. It will show the records that fit the criteria of this report. If there are no records in this grid, your data has no records that fit the criteria. The criteria for what records will be part of this report are set in the first panel below the preview. The number of records that will be included in a full report will be indicated at the top of the grid on the right. If you want to change the record that is being previewed on this screen, just click on a different record in the grid. How to modify the selection criteria and how to turn on and off details in the report will be covered in a later tutorial in this series. But let's look at a few of the navigation tips. If this report is not what you wanted, to get back to the choices for report formats in this report area, click the vertical Select Report button on the left. This will cause all the choices for this specific report type to fly out from the left. Click Change the margins, paper size, fonts, or orientation of the report. Click the Customize Page Setup button on the left, and those choices will fly out. To get back to all the choices for main report types, click the Reports button on the ribbon. Every time you make a change to this canned report, whether it be turning on or off details, refining the record selection criteria, or even changing the font size, this preview will blink on and off to show the changes. And the default timing for showing changes when changes have been made is every 2 seconds, as shown in this field below. If you're going to be making lots of changes to the current report, this can get annoying. You can either click on the On Demand button to turn off this preview of the selected record, or you can change the timing of the update to a longer period of time, say 60 seconds or so. In either case, once you're done making changes, click the Update Preview to show the latest changes to the preview of the selected record. Once you like how the preview of the selected record looks, to see a preview of the entire report, including all records, click the Preview All button on the top of the ribbon. The next video in the report series will be for filtering and refining reports. Thank you for joining us.